In RBA, before you can start the payroll process for resources, you have to set up pay dates first. To set up pay dates, go to Setup, Pay Dates, and you can click the search, make sure that the pay dates you're about to set up has not been already set up by somebody else. So let's say I want to set up a couple pay dates in March. Now remember, you can set up one pay date at a time, or you can set up the entire quarter or 6 months or years worth of pay dates in advance. Simply Actions, New, and then select a pay date for the next pay period. So let's say I paid for the reporters twice a month, 15th and 31st. So I go March 15th being the next pay date. This is for the group semi-monthly. The cutoff date in my company, for example, I cut off a week. So everything that has been billed out, turned in and billed out by March 8th, then I'll include on the March 15th payroll. Whose name will be on the 1099. It's called 1099 issuing business unit, and I'll pick up my headquarters. And then you need to add all the business units to be included for this payroll. Now, most of the time, it'll be all of your business units. So you go add, say check all, and then save. Now, it might be possible that you have certain business units that you run the payroll separately. Then these business unit will be different rather than being all of it. At this point, just simply go Save and Close. Let's do one more. So I go Actions, New, and the next date will be March 31, again for the semi-monthly group. This time cutoff date will be Saturday 24th, so I'll make it a 23rd. Or you can say this time it's a lot of billing to do, so I'll extend one day to 26. It's a cutoff date. And again, 1099 issuing business unit will be Houston Deposition, my headquarters, and add, check all, save and close to include all the business units for this payroll, and then go Save and Close. So now we have set up 2 payroll dates in advance for March. Again, you can set up as many pay dates in advance you want. For example, you might be going away for a vacation and someone else might be running the payroll, so you can go ahead and set up all the pay dates in advance. Now, to understand how RBA selects invoices for payroll, you have to understand the concept of term. There are 2 terms in RBA for each reporter. One's called original term, the other one is called copy term. Now, each term can be any number of days between 0 and 9999. Now, if you put in 0, for example, that indicates that it is the upfront or guaranteed. 9999, on the other hand, indicates this is the wait, which means that you wait until the invoice is paid by the client before you pay the resource. Now, the term also can be any number of days, such as 180. For example, I have seen some firms that set up copy term to 180 days. What that really tells RB is that wait 180 days before RBA releases this invoice to the resource, or if the invoice is paid within the 180 days, then we'll go ahead and pay the resource. So again, 0 is upfront, 9999 is wait, or it can be any number of days in between those 2 numbers. Let's take a look at an actual example of the resource. So I'm going to pull up resources, and let's pull up Lisa, one of our reporters. In her profile, if you click the Pay Info tab, this is where there are all the settings that are pertaining to the payroll, such as the pay group. This reporter belongs to the semi-monthly group, and Lisa's original term is 0. Again, that means that original is guaranteed for her. Her copy term is 9999, so she waits until copy is paid. And we'll talk about the commissions, the incentive commissions later, so we'll just skip this for now. Now, you can also have what's called recurring deductions. This example here is that I advanced Lisa $1,000, and I agreed with her that I'll take away $100 on each payroll starting March 1st, ending July 31. Since I pay her twice a month, it'll take 5 months for me to collect $1,000 back. So it's called recurring deductions, and we can have that. And also down here, now you have an option to do a direct deposit, the payrolls for each resource directly into their bank account, and that information is entered here.